One Python concept, real use, let's make it stick.
In today's BitSize Python, we will take a look at variables and assignments. In this video, we'll look at how to assign values to variables using the equal sign, and we will let Python figure out the variable types. And we will update and reuse variables, and we will also learn how to use clear and consistent variable naming. Okay, let's first take a look at the equal sign. We use equal sign to assign the values on the right to the variables on the left. Let's declare a few variable names. The first one is the name. That's the variable name. Let's give it John. And then the second variable I'm going to declare is age. Let's give it 30. And then the third variable is going to be height. Let's give the value of 1.7 to this variable. And let's just quickly print out these variables. The first one is name. The second one is age. And then the third one is height. Let's run this code, and then it prints out the variable values. So these are the values, and then on the left side of the equal signs are the variable names. Okay, that's how we assign values to variable names. Okay, so that's the first point. Second point is Python figures out the types for you, variable types for you. We don't need to declare it. What I mean is that let's take a look at an example. Let's declare a score of 95. Let's declare another variable called username. Let's give it John. And then let's declare another variable called isActive. And then let's give it the value of true. Okay, these three are different types of data or values in Python, and Python knows, or once you give it these values, it knows what these are. What I mean is, for example, we can let Python print out what type these variables are. Type of score. Let's print out the type of username. Let's let Python type out or print out the type of isActive. Okay, so once we run this, we can see that it configures or figures out that score is an integer. The second one is the username is a string, which is in a quotation. And then the third variable is active, is a true, it's a Boolean value. Okay, so that's the second point that we're going to say. Python can figure out the types for you. The next point that we're going to look at is variables can be reused and updated by reassigning new values. For example, let's create a variable called number. Let's assign 5 to it, and then let's update this number by adding 1 to this number. And let's print out this updated number is. As you can see, only the updated number, which is 6, after adding 1 to 5 is printed. We can reuse the same variable. We can reuse it and then update it using Python, and variables can be reused this way. So that's our next point. And then our last point is we can use lowercase letters and then underscores in our variable names. Python is case sensitive. For example, username and username in these two are quite different. For example, let's declare username was capital, was John. And let's do it without the capital. Let's give it Alice. Let's print out these two. The first one is the capital. The next one is just not capital. Let's print it out. The first one is John, which is the capital. The second one is not capital, which is Alice. So these two are treated differently. So you need to be careful that Python is case sensitive, and we should use lowercase letters like this, and then underscores like this in our usernames. Okay, cool. And the last point that I want to take a look at is Python variable naming rules. So there are a few rules that we should obey while naming our variables. For example, variable names should start with letters A to Z, both lower or capital, or underscores, like this, name or underscores. These are okay. The second rule is we can contain letters and underscores within our variables. For example, age 2, which is okay. But we cannot start with a number. For example, our variables cannot start with any number, like first name. This is not okay. No special characters in our variable names. For example, @ or $sign or hyphen, for example, is not allowed. So username, this shouldn't be like this, but you can change it to an underscore. We cannot use Python keywords like if, class, or for. These are called the reserved words in Python, and we cannot do, for example, class is equal to math. You shouldn't do this. And then last point is we should use best descriptive names for our variables. For example, first name is better than just name, or total price is equal to this. So it should be more descriptive. Now let's take a look at the summary of our what we've covered. So we use variables to store data with names that we choose, and we use =sign to assign values, and we let Python to figure out the types of the data, and the variables can be updated. And then we've also learned that good naming equals to clean coding, and then there are some rules that we've went through for variable naming.
That's it for today. Always learn more with less. Hit subscribe and don't miss out on daily videos.